Hey you guys, you're watching Proof Weight Loss Surgery Works, blah, and I am your Friday vlogger, Leanna. So, I had it right. Okay, so this week's topic is when does the hard stop of weight loss surgery? When will it get easy and be normal? When will I no longer have to feel overwhelmed, tired, confused, frustrated, mad, angry, challenged, and just be done? So, I'm a lap band patient. I was banded September of 2011. So I have been banded for about 3 years and about almost 7 months. Next week will be 7 months. So I will say probably the first year, you're a real go-getter, I'm gonna do it kind of attitude. And I'd say the first year you kind of really hang in there, right? I would even go to say that for me at 6 months, I was pretty over it. For, at 6 months, it was kind of like, oh my gosh, like, am I gonna always have to count my calories? Am I always gonna have to be like on point? Am I always gonna have to, fitness 5 days a week? And so it was kind of rough after 6 months. And then, after a year, I got really sick of it. I was just like, oh my gosh, when is this going to be over, this, hustle and bustle of, weight loss surgery? And now 3 years out. So if you haven't watched my channel, I lost majority of my weight, again, that first year, but I did not hit goal. It took me 1 year to lose 20 pounds, and I just kept at it, and knew eventually the weight would come off. But I also treated my journey, and I kind of wish I hadn't done this, as a lifestyle in the very beginning. And I kind of wish that in the very beginning I would have just been hardcore and, every, tooth and nail, and just like hardcore, right? No sweets, no nothing, no cheating, right? And I didn't. I was a firm believer when I went into having surgery that this is a lifestyle, and that if I want to allow myself something, anything in moderation, right? So that's kind of how I, started my journey. And I feel like because of that, it took me a lot longer to get to a goal that I wanted to. And so, like I said, it took a full year to lose 20 pounds and pretty much be, at goal. And, but, that whole year I stuck with it. So kind of my whole point to this is to say that I would say probably about the year, maybe year and a half mark, I was over it. I was sick of counting my calories. I was sick of, exercising all the time. I was over it. And then I just stuck with it. And I just became normal. And still, 3 years, 7 months out, I pretty much count my calories every day. It's very rare if I'm on vacation or if I'm out, really just if I'm out, on vacation, I really don't count my calories. But I would say 5.5 days out of the week, I am, counting my calories, constantly watching my water intake. 3 years, 7 months, I'm still doing fitness. I just finished a half marathon in San Francisco, and I just finished my training for that, got all that done. Now I'm looking for my next fitness. So I'm not exactly sure what that entails, but again, 3 years, 7 months, and I haven't missed more than, what was required of me, you know, when I had reconstructive surgery for fitness. I've just stuck with it. So kind of my whole thought with this is that you got to push through it, stick with it, and then it just kind of becomes normal. You know, you can have that, you will at some point have that urge of, I'm over it. And then you just kind of learn for it to be normal, I guess, is kind of the best way that I can kind of put it, because there was a part of the question I was kind of like, I want to say something, because nothing will ever go back to the way it once was. You know, it says, you know, when will it get easy and when will it be normal? You decide to have weight loss surgery, nothing will ever be normal. I know, especially for me personally, I am a true deep-rooted fat girl. And I am constantly thinking about sweets, my next meal. Just last night I was, you know, telling my husband, oh, I want hamburgers, I want, was it hamburgers, pizza, I want ice cream, I want some kind of sweet candy bar. And, you know, I'm going through this because, you know, it's that time of the month next week. And my body goes through all these cravings that it wants. And, you know, I don't deprive myself either to an extent. Like, I went to the grocery store and I did buy me some peanut butter cups. And so, you know, I will allow myself this. It will be within my calorie range for the day. And, you know, usually I'll have gotten my fitness in for the day or whatever. But like I said, I don't deprive myself of really anything, and that's how I really try to make it be normal. But, you know, again, you're never going to be normal. You know, I go to the restaurant and I'm sorry, I don't want to drink with my meal. I'm sorry, I can't have carbonated beverages. So is there anything that's not carbonated? You know, so, you know, it's just kind of, I go to the restaurant and you have a nutritional menu. Yes, I may look skinny, but there's a reason why I'm skinny, right? And so, you know, so much of your new life is not going to be normal to the average normal person. And you got to kind of get into that mind frame and get used to the fact that you're no longer part of that norm crowd of people, you know. I don't eat fast food anymore. I don't, you know, I exercise regularly. Most people, you know, eat fast food regularly, don't work out. So, you know, you kind of, again, no longer are part of that norm society, you know. You've made a choice to better your life, and with that comes so many different things, you know. I now pretty much eat all organic and, you know, non-GMO, and, you know, I want to know what farm, you know, my meat came from. And going to the grocery store, that's not probably a normal question customers are asking the employees, right? So I get kind of like crazy look stares because I'm wanting to know, were the chickens fed corn or were they fed, you know, grass? And, you know, was it a, you know, non-GMO seed that they were, you know, and so just on and on and on. Like, you have weight loss surgery to change your life. And with changing your life, I'm going to assume you're no longer part of the norm of people, right? So, you just got to kind of learn to adapt and really, you know, how do I say this? Change is not easy, right? But once you get past there, once you get past that hump, it kind of becomes a more of a norm, you know, and a little bit easier. So, you know, just, you can fight it. just keep going at it. You know, I kick and I scream the whole time, you know, on the way to the gym some days, but I get there and I do it, and I'm glad I did it, even though I kicked and I screamed because I was over it, right? I didn't want to do it, over it, and tired of exercising, but I did it, you know? And so you just got to kind of get past that hump, and one day it'll just become norm. It could take a year, it could take 2 years, you know? Just keep fighting at it over and over and over again, and eventually, you know, it'll become the norm. And so that's pretty much what I got on the topic. So hopefully that kind of helps some of you guys out. So yeah, I will see you guys next week.